What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? It's Ali. Welcome back to my channel. It's Ali, your eccentric slow man. What's up, you guys? Hey, you guys. Alright, I'm not sure how I translate. I'm on a new phone. Let me see. Let me make sure because it looks so dark on my side. Let me. That brightened it up a bit. That looked kind of phony. Just trying to get some light. Get some lights. Hey everybody. What's up? Welcome back to my channel, you guys. You all may not know, I'm gonna give you a little glimpse of my current view. I'm in kind of city center, little courtyard situation thingy, and I'm in a different city and a different country. This will be my, I gotta count it out, hold on. This will be my, I'm gonna count it out with you guys. Which country this is for me. Hey Dan Vinci. It is 11:52 a.m. my time, and I am in Balkan/Europe right now. So I'm gonna count the countries I've been in 2024 so far, you guys. If you like my country talk and my visits to different places and you're waiting for me to share a whole bunch of information, including the accommodation costs I'm going to share with you guys today, click the subscribe button, the like bell, share this with somebody else. My goal is to assist as many people as I possibly can with at least getting you all the information so that y'all can do the same thing, which is why I'm going to share my true, real live accommodation costs. I got the paper right in front of me, so I don't have to do any guesswork. I actually wrote it all down. But share with you, and then like kind of go in if you guys want to know about any particular country or wherever I've been, where I've stayed, a city or something like that, please chime in and ask me. I will be more than happy to tell you. And please, if you guys, would be so obliged, once I tell you where I am, please share where you're checking in from, unless you recognize this place, right? So that's my goal, is to help you guys, anyone in the world, by giving you authentic information. This is boots on the ground where I'm staying, and no, I'm not doing resorts. I am not doing big name hotels because, quite honestly, living full time, I am not at a point where I can really, I'm gonna be honest, afford $100 a night, because in a year's time, that's just on accommodations, 36,500, $100 a night, right? Checking in from the ATL. What's up? What's up, Atlanta in the building? How y'all doing over there? How is the U.S. doing? First of all, how hot? It's hot over here. Like, it's so hot. Like, I'm so happy it's so hot finally. But I gotta buy like new clothes because I left half my stuff in Albania. And anyway, let's get to it. I'm gonna share with you guys, and then we can get into the chatter, where I've been so far in 2024. I've been trying to do a better job of keeping track of like all the little incidental things so that I can share this kind of in a more like robust video, because this is the kind of information that everybody asks me for, and I talk about it like sporadically as I'm talking about other things, but I really don't like culminate it into one thing. And I'm going to start doing my blogs too, so you guys check the description. I'm going to put the blog link in there as well. Yeah, I'm going to get my life back together. I'm getting it together. So y'all, I've been in, today is June 23rd, I believe, 2024, and I am in, we're going to count it out. January I was in Greece. February, I was in Greece and Cabo Verde. March, I was in Cabo Verde. Okay, I'm not going to do that because that's just too difficult. Greece, Cabo Verde, Turkey, Albania, Hungary, Czechoslovakia, Germany, I feel like I forgot one. Czechoslovakia, Germany, and now I am in drumroll Serbia. Okay, so 8 countries so far in 2024, and I passed through Slovakia, Slovenia. No, I'm lying. Not Slovenia. Did I go through Austria? Don't I think I may go back to Austria and visit? I don't know. Maybe in the winter months. I'm not sure. And uh, hey, Detroit man, grand rising to you. Just to let you guys know, on my channel, I do delete ignorance right off the gate. So just come on and say hello. Tell me where you are checking in from. And let me know if this information is good for you guys. All right, so I've been in 8 countries so far in 2024. I am in Serbia now at a coffee shop in a square. Let me show y'all. I'm going to show you again in case you didn't see it the first time. I'm on a new phone, y'all, so not a new phone, but my backup phone, because my primary phone bit the dust. It's one thing with Samsungs, they bite the dust the screen. Like once it has had too much, like the screen completely goes black. It still does all its things, it's working, but I can't see it. So anyway, oh my, I'm planning to go to Ireland. That's where my cousins is from. In October, where I will be in Dublin. My brother and I are planning to link up in October. We typically get together every year, usually in December, but he will be over this way in October, so we're going to try to link up. Aesthetic, you're so pretty. Thank you so much. Are you an American? I am Americanus. I'm from the Americas. Yes. Dan, I grew up in the Midwest, and then I moved to the South, and then I moved to the East, or the West, East or the West, depending on how you look at it. I'm sweating like a banshee because it's hot outside, kind of just the way I like it. All right, so let me get back to the show. I appreciate y'all for checking in. What's up, everybody? Okay, so 8 countries. Y'all want to know how much on average I spend. So I had to do this because what I realized is that I was really slacking in some areas on maintaining my budget. And because my income fluctuates, because I am a self-created entrepreneur in terms of the types of businesses I use or things that I do to supplement my income, because I haven't settled on one particular thing, and I don't think that I ever will. So my 7 streams of income are a multitude of things that are working in the moment. Okay, and I'll do a separate video on that. And so, hey Joseph, time to oil up. Okay, Jamal, goodbye. Joseph, I'm not sure what you're talking about, so we're gonna I get rid of ignorance early, y'all. Just let me let you know right out the bat. I'm about sharing information, not ignorant stuff. Put that on somebody else's page, please. I don't know why I always have to say this, but I guess it's 300 or 7.98 point something billion people in the world, so I get it. I get it. Everybody wants to say 10 seconds of fame. Do your own video. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you guys, I have been moving and shaking like nobody's brother, sister, or mother for the last 12 months, actually over 12 months, really since 2022. When I went back to the States and I sold my house, my second house, officially decided to become home free in 2022. I've really kind of been moving around a lot, and I found myself kind of back in this. Even though I was conscious of it, I was back in the original state in 20, like I was in 2020 when I first started this journey, without realizing that it was a journey I was starting. I kind of just left. You guys, I got videos on that. I may recap how I started because a lot of people don't really know how I ended up here, out here by myself. I ain't by myself. I'm all by myself. I'm sorry. I love seeing Celine. Would you date? All right, CJ, you're gone. You are comforting. I would listen to you talk every day. Thank you, Aesthetic. All right, and you mentioned Dublin. Temple Bar is a good shout. Just be aware that the prices. I've heard that the prices are extremely high, so that's why I'm going with my brother because they cover my bills when I'm hanging with them. They got real jobs, like in terms of like they have like steady income. Plus, I'm older and they owe me. So, but no, thank you. I've heard that. Please continue to share places that I should go to. I'm gonna make sure that I can go back and check these messages because sometimes they disappear. What are your thoughts on the van life type of people? Would you ever do that? Yes. What's up, DJ Reacts? Okay, we're gonna get into this cost later because I want to talk about this van thing. Let me just tell you, everywhere I've been has been like, I've been so into kind of capturing the apartments because when I share with you what my cost is, you guys may go, what? How you spending? And I have a desire on what I want to pay, but because of that, I stay in a lot of studios, one-bedroom apartments, and some of the ideas and how they set these apartments up, specifically in Europe, just the thought process that they go behind, and I think it's because Europeans don't necessarily have a lot of the bells and whistles, like they don't, in their custom normal, houses, some of the older buildings and things, they don't have the things that we're used to in the West. But when they make these apartments that they rent out, they keep in mind that they're going to have people from all over. And they make these apartments so conventional and user-friendly in their it's like some of the coolest things. And so I've looked at so many different, I'm so off track. But yes, I would do. I would do a sleeper van. That's what I want. But I have to decide where my home base is going to be because if it's in Europe, yeah, I can so many places I can go. I don't want it to be in the States because I'm not going to ever go back to the States and live like that. But I'm trying to decide if it's Europe, where in Europe. I love Asia. I just don't know about driving around in Asia. It has not been the easiest thing that I've discovered. Africa is beautiful, but it's not very easy. I can't wait until they decide to finally open up the borders because it's sometimes ridiculous to get from border to border, across the borders. Like, it's so easy here, literally drive across. Sometimes they do a passport check, sometimes they don't. I'm out of the Schengen area, so we did have a passport check here, but we also had one I had a passport check going from Budapest to Prague. I'm lying. From Prague to Munich, even though that's in the Schengen area. Anyway, all of that stuff. Yes, the answer is yes. Yes. Okay, hold on, you guys. So I think the van life is amazing. It's amazing. I actually met this girl in Morocco probably 5 years ago, and she rented a van in Iceland, whereas those of us who went for the 4 or 5 day thing did the whole tourist paying out the wazoo for tours because you basically pay for gas, because everything is so far away. She went for 9 days, a van, and circled the island on her own, slept in her van. It was a sleeper van that she rented, so it was set up for that, and she did everything on her own solo. Next time I go back to Iceland, that's what I shall do. Okay? Okay? Would you ever do it? DJ Reacts? Where you guys from? Hey, Vishnu. I am great, thank you. Classic game music freedom is higher salary than payroll. Come on. Right. I love people who have salaries because then they can get anyway. Those are the people who fund my life because they reach out to me for some consulting, and I can help them. What I really focus on is teaching people how to do it better than I did. Everybody can kind of gut react and just like up and do it. I kind of fell into it, but there's ways to prepare a little bit better. If you're a person who can figure it out and you got some liquidatable assets, you could do it like I did it. If you're someone who's like you don't really have any assets or anything than savings, I can tell you like things to be aware of. There is no surefire 100% way of doing anything, and everything works different for different people. Listen, I'm here for you. I'm your girl. Can I have a shout out, please? Hey, Olivia, shout out to you. Tell me where you're watching from, please. Vishnu, can I get your Instagram? Yes. My Instagram is where to next _ALI. Where to next, Sally? Even the Guinness factory as well. I'm going to the Guinness factory because I'm a Guinness drinker, and I have been told many and many a times if I want real beer, real Guinness, get it in Ireland. Oh my God! So we would probably be there for 5 to 7 days, depending. We're also trying to decide if we're going to pop up to Scotland. Anyway, oh, we're in Asia. Asia is my joint. Asia is my joint. How have you ever been to Italy? Yes, I have. So what was it like? Italy is fantastic. So my first time in Italy was in 2014. I went to Milan, Rome, Lake Como, and Switzerland, which is obviously not Italy, but when you're up there in that area and you get to Lake Como, Switzerland is across the lake, like literally across the lake. It's like an hour or so drive. So it behooves you to just go to Zurich while you're right there. Were we in Zurich? We were somewhere. Anyway, that was my first time. And then I literally had not been back to Italy until last year, because I've been in Portugal and Spain and all these other places, and then recently Greece last year as well, that I just hadn't been back to Italy. And so I ended up back in Italy last year, and I spent quite a bit of time going back and forth between Albania, plus it's so cheap, which we could talk about it as well. And so this last year I went to Pisa. I also did the entire Tuscany Valley with a friend who lives in the real Tuscany. So I went from Pisa all the way to Florence via car and train. Siena, Montieri. I have a friend who lives in Montieri, so if anybody wants to go and stay somewhere in a beautiful villa-style hotel off the beaten path with an in-ground pool and all that kind of stuff, let me know. I'll put the link in my description. You guys can go and check it out. A reasonable price, very, very reasonable. Beautiful place, and managed very, very well. And then I took the train down to Naples, my first time in Naples, and then I went to Bari, Italy, and then I took a ferry back over to Albania because I was living in Albania at the time. Then a ferry back from Albania back to Italy, to Bari, which is a great coastal city. It's a little bit of everything. It's a mix of the old town with the new, right in the same proximity, so it's actually really convenient. And then you could jump on a train. I went back to Naples, and then we went to Pompeii, and then we went to Salerno, which is just south of Amalfi Coast. In the wintertime, because Amalfi is really shut down, like a lot of things are closed, but Salerno was more open. Beautiful beach, coastline, simply beautiful. And then we took the train over to Sicily. Y'all, I can live in Sicily. So I've been to Catania, so I plan to go back and check out Palermo and some other places, because Sicily has a lot of different offerings and things like that for people who would be foreign residents or whatever. Okay? I loved it. I love Italy. Oh, the food. Child, let me just tell you. And the wine. I could get a whole pizza and a wine for $5. And when I say whole, I mean like excellent wood fire burn, plumped up. You order, it's ready in 5 minutes. The sauce is just juicy. It's the perfect marinara. Like, yes. What's your deepest, darkest secret? I won't tell. I don't have one. I'm going to share on here. Hey, San Diego, California. Dago, Cali 619. What's up? Moneta. What's up? What's up? Or, yeah, Moneta. I don't discriminate against anyone. You were stationed in Italy for 4 years. Where about in Italy? Your journey seems fascinating. Thank you so much. It is. It has been. Come to Israel. You have a very oh, thank you. Really? That's nice to hear. Okay, you guys. I'm gonna clean this up just a little bit. I'm cleaning up the ignorance. Hey, Neil from Poland. What's up? Good morning. Hold on, y'all. I'm almost done cleaning it up. I'm almost done cleaning it up. Okay. Pordenone, Italy, 30 minutes from Venice. Okay, so you are north. I have not been to Venice yet. Trying to decide if I'm gonna go. I know if it's one of those places that people keep predicting it's sinking and sinking and sinking. I also have a fear of flooded places, and I know like that's the whole draw, but there's something about it that just makes me so uncomfortable. So like when I see towns that are flooded and the water is, imagine water being all the way on this level. That just wow, scares me to death. And I love water. I'm always in water, but I just don't believe it's supposed to be to your rooftop and where you live. And I know it's not like that in Venice now, but I know like the city is anyway. Greetings from Spain, Manuel Ferrara. Welcome, Spain. Ulia region, where is that? Where is that? Hey, Sanvika. All right, you guys, so let's get to this, how much I've spent. The reason why we're on here today, we're talking about accommodation costs. And I'm specifically talking about what I've spent this year alone, and I have been in Europe and also Africa. Okay, so I'm just going to give you my round numbers to start for January through June, and you'll see the gradual increase. So in January, I spent 566 USD for one whole month. This is just accommodations. February, 710. March, $659. April, $834. May, $1,005. June will be $1,176. So it's slightly gradually going up, which is indicative of being in Europe or anywhere in the summer months. Anyone that kind of follows the regular school schedule, and the cost for tourism and stuff is included in that, and so everything goes up in the summertime. And Europe is one of those places where, I mean, the prices literally are almost or more than 3 times as much. Even in places where they're just developing and growing, like Albania, the cost is literally 5 times as much. In December, November and October, I was paying 400 a month to live Frontier Tier 1. Okay, sorry about that, you guys. Um, I'm streaming using local Wi-Fi because my SIM card I don't think works here because I'm not in Europe anymore. And I didn't really think about that. Now that I'm thinking about that, I didn't really think about that, and I spent 50 bucks on a SIM card. Anyway, that's something for another day. For those who stayed, okay, so you probably like, that's kind of high, right? It is. But I'm gonna break this down for you, especially since it's Europe. So in January, I was in Rhodes, Greece. So I spent $566 for an apartment for a whole month. It wasn't even an apartment. It was basically a hotel with pool stay, access to a kitchen, all that, restaurant downstairs, all of that. So everything was included. February, I was in Rhodes and Cabo Verde. So Cabo was more expensive than I expected. And then in March, I was in Cabo and Turkey. I went to Turkey and I was in Antalya, Turkey. So everybody knows Antalya is a place that's a little bit more expensive. So I was there. April, I was in Antalya, Turkey. Oh, I was not in. I was in Turkey, so I was in Antalya, Izmir, and Istanbul. And then in May, I was in Istanbul and Albania. Istanbul and Albania. And then in June is when I hit all the cities. I went from Albania to Budapest, Budapest to Prague, Prague to Munich, and then Munich to Serbia. So that gives you an idea of all the places that I was in, all the different cities. And now I'm going to break it down why it costs so much. So what I would consider high, because for the most part, I was moving around from hotel or apartment to apartment, and that's where your cost gets expensive. So this is kind of like tips, things to know. If you can find places, if you know you're going to stay somewhere and you can book it for 30 days, it's usually going to be cheaper. If you can book it outside of the apps, it's even cheaper than that. But I will tell you the biggest issue with booking places long term is you don't know if you're gonna like it. You don't know if it's gonna be legit until you get there. And so I'm a big proponent of book a couple of nights. One of the cool things about most of the apps that allow you to book accommodations is you can look to see if it's available. If it's like a person's Airbnb, you can look at the calendar to see what days are available. If it's a place that you think you're gonna want to stay and you see that it's like blotched up all month, that might not be a place you want to stay if you know you want to sit for a month. Because if you go and you can only stay for 3 days or 4 days and you got to leave again, then it's like, do you really want to do that? Unless you use it to help you look for other places. So just keep that in mind, that you can kind of do some checks to see if it's a place that you want to stay. So in February, I stayed in one, six different apartments or hotels in February. And then in March, I stayed in, okay, that was the same. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3 different places. Technically 4. April, I stayed in 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 different places. May, I stayed in 1, 2, 4 different, well, 4, 5, 6 different places. And in June, I have been in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It will be 8 places. So that's where the cost increases. It's the moving around, because then you're paying the full service fee. You're paying each time you move, plus the cleaning or whatever they have, whatever additional cost. All of that is being paid each time, right? All right, you guys, I'm sorry. I'm trying to go back through the messages. Lagna was one of your favorite cities. Oh, okay. Neil, I am in Serbia. I'm in Belgrade right now. I'm a professional ballet dancer. Nice to meet you, ballerina. Louis, I speak English with a little practice of Spanish. So yeah, so basically, what that breaks down into is in January, my average cost per night was $18. February, my average cost per night was $24.55. In March, my average cost was $21.25 per night. April, my average cost was $27.76. In May, my average cost per night was $32.40. And in June, which is the highest, it was $39. It's going to come up to $39.20 per night. Now, that is one of the things I talk about all the time, you guys. I always talk about, $40, $50 a night doesn't seem like a lot when you're doing a 5-day trip or a 4-day trip. It's nothing. You go back to work, you go back to your apartment. But imagine paying that amount, even $50 a month for a temporary place. I'm going to start at $50 a month, $50 a night for a temporary place times 30 is $1,500. So if you're not getting all of the things that you want, like a washing machine, the setup as you want, all the amenities in the kitchen and things that you want, but you're paying $1,500, that's a lot. That's a lot, right? And so that's how I look at it. I look at it as, what are you getting for the amount of money that you're spending? And so that's why, for me, that's just overly priced. And then in some places where the infrastructure or the facilities just aren't, they're just not conducive to paying that amount of money, right? So that's one of the reasons why I talk so much about pay attention to what it would be long term. So this is me sharing advice for those who want to go and visit and stay in places or start this lifestyle. How do you do it? How do you budget? You got to literally consider where you would think, oh, $30 a night, that's $900. Can you afford $900? And sometimes you're juggling 2 places, your place back home as well as where you are. Plus you want food. Plus you want to visit and see things, so this is how places or costs can easily jump to $2,000 a month, right? Hey Reagan, thank you so much. Okay. Just cleaning up the ignorance on my page. So for those of you who are here for actual communication about this topic, I appreciate you guys. Please feel free to ask me any questions about any of the places that I've been or the cost, what it takes for me to find some of the places. I'm willing to share any of that information with you to help you prepare or do the same thing as I'm doing and many other people are doing. I try to share the good, the bad, the indifferent with you guys, because it is not all peachy keen. There's places that I've been that were roach infested places, and I didn't stay long. One day was more than enough for me. I've been in places where maybe there was no hot water, or the facilities were just run down, where there was a whole hole in the floor and I lost $225. And you kind of have to like shake some of these things off and or be prepared for people not being honest about their listings and things like that, which is why I always recommend doing a short term, 1 or 2 days, unless you know exactly who you're renting from, and so or who your accommodations are from, and so you know it's a trustworthy person. If not, don't put all your eggs in one basket, because even though sometimes like you can fight and get your money back, which is something I probably could have done with the hotel since I didn't stay there and they did not refund me, but I would have risked having my credit card turned off because I'm traveling. So I want to just, there's a lot of different nuances to this. And so, like, people, it may seem glamorous, but it isn't always, to be honest. It really isn't always, and to always be in planning mode. So I've got a couple more weeks. I really just didn't think about this. Thinking about my SIM card that I paid for, that because I'm just popping around. So we'll talk about SIM cards another time, but that's one of the other expenses that you have to make sure that you're considering budgeting in, is what you're going to pay to stay connected. Even if there's Wi-Fi in a place, when you're out in the streets, sometimes you want to make sure that you have access to internet and things like that, especially if you're traveling solo and you're moving around or you're walking around in a lot of different places. It's good to be able to connect, just to be honest. Thank you guys for joining and tuning in. So this is just some of the things that I would share with you guys around overall costs. So I'm going to give you guys a little teaser and tell you, out of the places that I have been this year, I'm going to give you which places I would consider living full time. One is Budapest, which I was completely surprised about, and the other is Greece. Out of the places I've been in 2024 that I would consider living long term would be Budapest in Greece, and Antalya, Turkey. So Greece, anywhere for the most part. Budapest, the city, and Antalya. Those are the three places that I would pick. So, anyway, you guys, that's like my little spiel. I wanted to share with you accommodations that you can get, decent accommodations even in Europe. Yes, it's a little bit harder in the summer months. Wintertime is always going to be cheaper. So if you can do your planning anytime from September through March, best time. Of course, that's typically when it's coldest in Europe. So plan accordingly. I would really like to have some people jump on my channel who are into travel. Can I get some travel people, please? People who are interested in travel. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? People who travel. Let's talk. So yeah, just keep those things in mind when you are considering long-term travel, overall costs, budgeting, writing things down. If you're trying to figure out how to start a digital nomad life or continue a digital nomad life, or if you've moved around and gone to places and you're trying to decide if you want to, jump from continent to continent, kind of knowing taking the little things that you do every day, start writing those things down, because what you do in your current place will translate over to what you're going to do in the new place, because your habits won't change until you change your habits, right? And the habits won't change. You can't change your habits until you know what those habits are, because there are a lot of things that we just do in our sleep. Like we literally sleepwalk through the day, and we just do aimless things over and over and over again, and most times those things cost money, and sometimes they're not necessarily things that are requirements or necessities for us to survive or to start a new life or whatever. And so just knowing what those things are, and then whether or not they're deal breakers for you, is actually really important in being successful along this journey. So anyway, hopefully all of that is helpful. Just wanted to come on um, and share that stuff with you guys. Hopefully this has been useful. If you enjoy my content and the information that I share, please click the subscribe button, the like button, leave me a comment, let me know where you are watching from. And I am going to get out of here, you guys. I'll give you one more flash of this little area, the little market downstairs. I'm at a mall that's right here in the middle of this little square. Okay, and I'll see you guys next time. You guys know the drill. To those and those, peace and hair grease.